following a failed ferry robbery in Blackwater and the Van der Linde gang's subsequent escape into a snowstorm in Amberino, the gang is barely holding on, with an injured Davy Callender on the verge of death. Arthur Morgan subsequently appears and informs Dutch of an abandoned settlement where they can stay for the time being. As the gang arrives, they rush Davy into a cabin where he succumbs to his wounds. In response, Dutch gives a motivational speech pushing the gang to stay strong and turn Coulter into a temporary camp. He informs the gang that he and Arthur will go scouting for food and supplies, then subsequently leave the cabin. Arthur and Dutch go scouting for supplies and any sign of Micah or John Marston, who are sent to do the same. They soon encounter Micah, who tells them about a nearby homestead and leads them to it. As they arrive, Arthur hides behind a cattle shed and Micah hides behind a wagon whilst Dutch goes to speak to the people inside the house. As Dutch is speaking, posing as a lone traveler lost on the trail, Micah notices a body in the wagon and alerts Arthur, who tries to calm Micah down and remind him that Dutch should be the main focus. The men in the house, who turn out to be members of the rival O'Driscoll boys gang, begin to threaten Dutch, ultimately leading to a shootout between Arthur, Dutch, and Micah against said O'Driscolls. Once the shootout is over, Dutch tells Arthur to help him search the cabin for supplies. Arthur finds food and ammunition, along with clues of what happened. He finds a pool of blood on the floor along with a photograph of the previous inhabitants of the cabin, a husband and wife. As Arthur finishes searching, Dutch tells him to search the barn for anything of use there. Arthur enters the barn and is ambushed by an O'Driscoll who jumps on him from the loft above. A brawl ensues, which Dutch observes in amusement as Arthur easily subdues his opponent. Once the O'Driscoll is defeated, Dutch tells Arthur to beat information out of him. The O'Driscoll informs Arthur of an O'Driscoll hideout southwest from their location, by a lake, and also hints at a train robbery they were planning. Once he's talked, Dutch gives Arthur the choice of sparing or killing the O'Driscoll, or Arthur can simply knock him out unconscious. If the player lets him go, he'll appear in a later mission only to be killed. There is a Tennessee Walker inside the barn which Arthur must calm. Dutch then tells Arthur to lead the horse to a hitching post outside the house, and that Arthur should keep the horse. As they do so, a commotion is heard inside the house, caused by Micah taunting a frightened woman, who had been hiding in the cellar. The woman is terrified, throwing plates and knives at Micah, who is only amused. Amidst the chaos and Dutch attempted to calm down Micah and the woman, the house catches on fire from a knocked lantern. Dutch gently disarms the woman, whose name is Sadie Adler, and calms her down. He offers to bring Sadie back with them, keeping her safe. The four then return to Coulter as the house burns down.